YouTube? Back here today. As you've seen there, I installed my Magnuson supercharger, turned on fine, ran great. I was tuning the car. I went on a live video on Instagram and needed a little bit of help reading the file because it wasn't reading. Little did I know the internet mattered because I'm far from the inside of my house and the internet wasn't reaching out here. So got that good. Currently, I'm installing my auxiliary fuel pump from DSX and it's going good. I drilled the tank out as I needed to, and that's basically done. Right now, what I'm trying to do is check out this little P3 gauge I got from P3 Gauges. So if you guys don't know what P3 gauges are, these are some of the baddest gauges. They go in your mount. So P3, what they do is they basically take a factory vent or anything kind of, I guess you could say auxiliary, so something that doesn't matter. So a vent, maybe, I don't know, maybe something in your car, they take like something simple, like a vent, maybe a little area, like a little cup holder or something, and they make badass gauges. So this is a OEM vent, and if you've seen here, they plastic welded their gauge in there, and their gauge hooks up to this little controller. Right now I'm figuring out how to do that. I gotta do the fuel system, or not the really fuel system, but the auxiliary fuel pressure system, and then the gauge. Right here, it'll show what exactly it reads. So if you quickly go through here, let's see. Reads boost, vacuum, air fuel ratio, clears, I think what DTC means check engine lights, I believe. Exhaust gas temperature, raw vehicle speed, RPM, shift light, battery voltage, coolant temperature, acceleration, braking timer, intake air temperature, throttle position. So I think this is for most cars, not just American cars. So I think these go on Mercedes. They make them too. There's a lot of different things this goes on. Big thanks to P3 Gauges for hooking me up on that P3 gauge. I'm gonna get it installed and I'll show you guys exactly what it's about. So I plugged it in here and you can see, I don't know what it's reading currently. I have to read through there. It has a nice little P3 on there. There's still plastic wrap around there, but I plugged it in. Has you throw it in the OBD port and plug it in there. So there's a lot of wiring here, but I believe it's dimmer. Let's see. 5 volt, 5 volt, 5 volt. I think this is just auxiliary for anything else I would want to plug in. This one I might have to plug in, but there's some added wire for me to add any kind of other systems or anything I needed to, like anything. I think it comes with air fuel ratio and a bunch of other things like I listed, but this is just added stuff. So pretty simple. I clipped it in. The other one was easy to come out. There were just some clips back here. Down here, there's some clips you just gotta push on and it pops out. This I could have pulled out in my hand. I watched a YouTube video online and it was super easy. No, don't undo it. All right, so right now we're finishing up the auxiliary fuel system. You can see back here, I tapped the tank, ran the line through this piece of frame or bracket all the way down over here where the pump's mounted. There's this big panel that covers this all up, but we just connected it to the fuel line. We have to pull this off of here that has a T-fitting, so we put that in there. This is just so it has more fuel pressure because it's a lot safer. I didn't necessarily have to do this, but it's a lot safer to do it this way. It's kind of a mess here. We have my AEM gauge for wideband for the AFR wired down through the engine bay onto a secondary O2 sensor so we can check the AFR with the gauge that's down here somewhere. I don't want to make it stationary. I'm just gonna, in the meantime, while I'm tuning the car, I want to make sure it's good and see. But I don't want it, like I don't like the gauge. I don't want to put it in unless I have a nice little, column gauge. What do you call it? Column gauge what? What would you call that? Gauge? Huh? Pyramid? Pyramid mount? PID. Hit it. Anyways, so right now we're loading the new tune in just for drivability right now. So I put the gas in the car because it was empty when I did the low side fuel system, and we're gonna see how that goes. Right now it's a check engine light, but I changed a lot more besides after I changed the blower, which was the low side, a bunch of harnesses and stuff. currently in the car, and we just called AEM because this gauge isn't working right.
You still on phone?
No, I'm just explaining on video what's going on. So the car's running. We are trying to get a good AFR, you know, reading to send it to my tuner, and I called AEM, and they said the only way to replace this gauge is to destroy it. They said with the COVID stuff going on, they don't like the processing and all that, they're really slow. They said take this, light it on fire, hit it with a hammer, drive over it, and they have to show them that, and they'll send me a new one. So I mean, it works, but it's showing like heat, and we don't know what's wrong with it still.
Stop pushing buttons.
Yeah, so it's not been showing heat, so it's not working right. So they're gonna send us the new one. Should be in a couple days. Nice. It says yes, it's completed. I mean, should be good. We got the new tune on. We sent a login last night, and me and my buddy Rob's wiring up some stuff for my gauge right now, and basically we're gonna go take the car out. We did a log already yesterday, sent it to him, he checked it out, and we did a log up to about 3,000 RPM to make sure everything's good. Check the AFR, which you don't really need to check the air fuel ratio when you're only under $3,000 really. Don't take my word for it, every car is different, but it's not gonna make that big of a difference. So he checked it out, says we're good to make a pull up to 5K. We're waiting for the rain kind of dry up a little bit, and we can head to Mexico, make a couple pulls, then send them the logs. I'm trying to get this dyno session going this weekend, and I'm just trying to get the car fine-tuned right now, and once we do that, I can make a pull in the dyno and see what it makes. So we got everything under the engine bay all good, ready to go. Coolant reservoir is good. The pump is wired up and good. The low side fuel pump intake's good. Pulley's good. Belt's good. It's not touching anything. There's plenty of coolant in the car. And right now we're gonna do the log. It's actually starting to dry outside. So we're gonna try to get out there and hopefully it doesn't spin. So I put the car in stealth mode for the exhaust, which is closest to the valves. I just want to be able to hear the blower. I'm gonna take up to $5,000 just in a second, just to hear it. How did the AFR look? I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna go up to 5K. Yeah, you definitely feel it sputtering, a little bit. I don't know how to explain how it is. It's like feels like there's power. There's no boost in it, just timing. Okay, so Rob and I smelled coolant when we got out of the car, but I had to remove some coolant lines up there. This might be our issue right here. There's some, but it might be residual coolant that was stuck inside the car. We looked on top, we didn't see any coolant. This is just humidity from being outside. So, do you see any coolant?
No, there wouldn't be any back there.
I don't think I would have got back here. Gas line's good there, yeah. That one, it's alright, we're
getting a new one.
Yeah, it's alright. So only right here I see some. That's where we removed one of the fan or radiator lines, and it spilled everywhere, but I'll drop the video right now showing how it was spilling out, but I let it spill everywhere, so it could have been that. I mean, I've only taken it out. They use short drives and hasn't burned off yet. So all right, guys, we just finished making those pulls, and car's kind of low on power, I'd say. The pulls went okay. It kind of stuttered a little bit. I don't know what he has done in the tune. He's probably just has it very, very detuned to make sure it's all good, like no timing or anything. So I sent that log to him. this weekend, I'm going to go and dyno the car with him, and he's actually out of state, so he's going to remote tune it, send me logs. I'm going to send him logs, and he's going to send me back new revisions of the tune. I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Robert. He's over here. I'll leave his info down below, his Instagram for his Mustang. I'm sure you've seen his Mustang back in some of my videos, but he wired all of my AFR gauges. He wired my new P3 gauge, which I'm going to show you in the next video, a little in-depth video of that. But besides that, I'm out of here. Give this video a like, subscribe.